Hey, all, Dirty Distaggio here. Together, we've assembled a cast of characters. We got Distaggio, myself, Hurshh, Rawtism, SneakyDave. This is, I guess this is probably the largest joint collaborative video of its kind. I think there's been a lot of two-member ones, and Hurshh, you've started to do a couple yourself, streaming and having at least others participate in the conversation, right?
Yeah, that's right. We've had I think we've had 5 YouTubers in one of my live streamers at one time. I know we had Aziz Gaming, we had a couple like Terry Z, Malchik, people like that. Brutal has been in my live stream. So we've had some big live streams, but never like a collab like we're all gonna do like I guess this is kind of like a podcast situation is what this is.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
And Rawtism is back living now, so welcome back.
Yeah,
I'm back alive. What's up, guys? Good to be back. Good to be
been
back.
sneaking around, here and there, pops up here and there,
I think Hurshh is the only one out of most of the older clashers that survived the whole time. Has never taken a break yet, have you, Hurshh?
He doesn't break. He's a machine.
I've never taken a break. No,
he's not human.
The real MVP.
My guild refuses to allow me to take a break, so
he can't.
I feel like if you left, would White Knights just crumble? Would White Knights just crumble to the ground, or do you think you'd have enough people that if you just disappeared one day, it would all stay intact?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about White Knights is you can't have an empire like I have without having delegation. I mean, my guild is so anonymous, like autonomous, as in like it runs itself, that I really don't have to do much at all. Like it just
mine implode when I do that.
Yeah, no, mine definitely would not implode. It would still be a top ranked guild. It would still be running strong, and that's something I'm super proud of that we've been able to build up.
How many do you have, and how many time zones are they in?
We have over 20 guilds now. We have 4 different servers. We have 3 of our guilds are ranked in the top 10 in the Android server alone. So the server that you guys play on, I have 3 guilds ranked top 10.
Yeah, I don't look what past page 4.
I don't know when the last time you guys looked at the ranks were, but I do. I've got 3 guilds ranked top 10. I've got I think 6 guilds ranked in the top 100 or close to it. So it's pretty massive.
Craziness.
We definitely have over 2,000 White Knights members in total.
Yeah,
I'm proud of. Yeah.
Awesome. Whatever, I've been gone for a while. Whatever happened to Elite? Are they still standing?
Ronger quit and Kylie J took over.
Oh wow.
And they just kind of slowly fell back a bit. They're still in the top 10 though.
All right, Guild Wars, we got matched up against White Knights Prime, I guess I'll call it. Oh, your Skull Knight made a lot of members of my guild the bro code curse. What the hell is up with your Skull Knight? What is your Skull Knight? Why does it kill us? And why do we hate you so much?
Okay, I'm pulling it up on video now, so if you guys watch this on YouTube, you're gonna see it. So this will be posted later. We're talking live, so Dirty and all of them can't see this, but when this is on YouTube, everybody will be able to see it. My Skull Knight is double evolved, level 200, 10 of 10 skill, 6 of 8 deadly strike, and I have a 4 Revite crest set on him.
That explains it. What's the crest? I missed that.
4 Revite. I just opened it up and it's a 3 Revite, but that's just a mistake. It's supposed to be a 4 Revite.
Okay.
I feel like we need a 1v1 Skull Knights, Hurshh.
Oh my
What's
lord.
That?
I think we need a 1v1 Skull Knights on the Wahoo account.
What's your Skull Knight?
It's the same as yours. Same exact everything.
Oh.
6 8 deadly strike, everything.
Okay, are you an even or odd IGG ID number?
I'd have to look. It's on the Wahoo account. So we'll have to. We could set that up later. But that would definitely be awesome.
There's got to be a video for that.
For sure.
I can drop an arena and come find you. Wahoo can't be too far behind me in arena.
It's not being kept up on. It's about like 250, 300 right now.
Oh yeah. I'm sitting at 73 right now, and I just got home from work, so
I haven't seen top 100 back up to.
A lot. Yeah, I've been in the top 100 since the days of the Sand 7 race. I don't know if you guys remember I raced Sand 7 to number 1 in arena.
Yeah, I remember that. Hey, you remember when we raced for to farm shards for Immortep? That was over a year ago.
Yeah.
That was a long.
Oh, that was forever.
I
ago.
got smashed, by the way,
Yeah.
by like 2 days. Pretty sure it was 2 days. Time.
Hey, I won a place in lucky number events. I just got the reward.
No way.
I did that
What was
too.
the
The other
number?
350
Was it
shards I
9-8?
got.
I don't know, but it's I got 350 shards.
Yep, that's what I got. I had like a 8.
Is that like 4th place? I think 4th place.
No, it's below 5th place. I think it's like
Oh,
they
okay.
give you a prize if you're in the top 100 or whatever. I think that's the
Okay.
prize.
Cool.
All right, so Guild Wars aside for a second, it looks like there is an enhancement coming out to Guild Wars for matching and a couple other things too. And one thing that always did bug me, and probably bugged you guys too, is that you couldn't see once the Guild Wars ended, like you couldn't see unless you screenshotted it right at the beginning. For example, if you're a guild leader, like who was inactive, and number 2 is, well, what was everyone's rankings? Maybe just out of curiosity, like you would never be able to see yourself, you know, your ranking that you achieved, unless you made maybe one of the top 5s, but you couldn't really see your past performance because it kind of got wiped out, kind of just like
Right.
you know, Torch Battle does. But looks like that's coming in the future, which is a good change. And they're changing that quest refresh. Here we monster refresh from 8 hours to 7, so that's gonna increase more XP per hour, right?
Right.
People
Also-
can have timers on that.
Yeah.
What was
Also,
that?
they're making it so you can't have like other accounts join during a Guild Wars and then put up
Correct.
points now. So
Oh,
that's
I
gonna
noticed that.
it's gonna even things out a
Well,
little bit
people
as
were
well.
abusing that. What they were doing is the guilds that were like on the cusp, like rank 190, they were deleting or kicking players before the server reset, so that they would drop in might, and then after they got put in a ranking with the really low might guilds, they then would bring back in their top players, and so they would have an easy first place.
Yep. So they definitely needed a fix on that. So that's gonna be great.
Right.
That's a good fix. Yeah.
So what do you guys
My
think?
something that I'm super excited for is they're adding chat to Mesas and Wreckledge.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's awesome.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is much needed.
Yeah,
I'm glad for that
super
one.
excited about that.
I mean, what game has a staging area without chat? So I mean, it's almost a requirement that they added that one. I think that's been on their list probably for a while since they came out with those game modes, right?
What game has a world chat where you can only pick 2 things to say too? Do you guys remember like you know when the game was brand new? Do you guys remember world chat?
Oh yeah,
It was like the-
just nothing but purrs.
Yes, it was
It
the
was the
dirtiest
source of Google
dirtiness
refunds.
ever.
Actually, they had to disable it because Google is saying people are asking for all these refunds because there's like you know adult chat going on in world chat, and these
Yeah, it
kids
was
are
so
playing the
messed
game,
up.
you know.
I
And it
used
was the
to-
source of a huge amount of refunds, and so they had to disable it because they didn't want to lose money, obviously, because people getting refunds means they lose it. They Google charges it back to them or whatever platform they're on.
I remember when I first made my channel, I used to try to promote it in that world chat. Yeah, it didn't get me too far. But
Maybe that's the key to your success. Spamming your YouTube and world chat now no longer an option for you, unfortunately.
Right. Well, you can just add 1 billion people and send them one by one.
That's true.
I remember when the
Add friend,
Facebook
add friend, chat.
when the Facebook version first came out, me and Hurshh were on there in the chat trying to promo ourselves too.
Oh, we totally did
That
too.
was
It
years
was
ago.
like, yeah, Hurshh and Raw on YouTube. We were posting Hurshh and Raw on YouTube.
So
I think
do
I gained a
has
couple
anyone heard
subs
of
here and there.
the new hero Arctica, or who cares about Arctica and you're on strike?
So I have dropped about, I want to say around $1,000
Mm-hmm.
that came out and still have not gotten it at all. So, but
in
I'm
the
not
same
trying
boat,
for
man.
it. That all went to shards to give me 10 of 10 heroes, and I 10 of 10.
Oh,
I
there
now
you go.
have 10. I now have 10 of 10 skill heroes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're farming 410, I mean, the XP that you can get on a single hero from that is just out of control.
Thing, yeah. I now have over 25 level 200 heroes, 10 of 10 heroes, and over 20 evolved heroes.
You're
So-
not using you're using the gems to rush the XP, or a combination of that
So
and
what I'm doing is I'm using the gems to 100% farm the 410 dungeon.
Oh, okay.
So I'm taking heroes up to level 200. I'm evolving them. I'm selling the books. I'm using the HB to unlock the next hero to take to level 200 to evolve to sell the books. And then all of the shards I'm gaining from that are going to my main heroes to 10 of 10 them.
And keep in mind, in 410, you get, what's the exact number, Hurshh? Like 139,000 XP?
Something like that. I'm not looking at it at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, but yeah,
and
you get 130.
Too, right?
Yeah, you get the shards. It's random, of course.
Shards.
But you do get a lot of them. So that XP, that's 1 million XP per 200 gems. It's over 2 million XP.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm typically getting 30,000 shards or more for every 20,000 gems.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm doing a quadruple evolution video coming up, and basically Santa Boom was my key to really making my account catch up in life, right? I don't have Insane 410 yet because I'm going to record that simultaneously, but I have inspiration on my Santa Boom because I haven't been rolling talents. I've been using my gems for other things, but since he had inspiration on him, Enlighten on him, getting that 60% bonus on XP, took him to 200, evolve him, or double evolve him, get all the books back, and then I just, because he has Enlighten on him, I took him back up all the way up to like 180, and I could evolve 3 more heroes and take them all up to 160, and obviously I got more work to do there, but I mean, that evolving at level 200 is like the key to everything, I would say.
Now, only if you need the honor badges.
Correct.
You don't need honor badges, or
who's not stuck on honor badges?
Or
Hurshh.
if you don't, I have 2 million honor badges right now.
He's good.
I'm in the same boat. Would you believe me if I told you I actually changed my Cupid recently from 4 or 5 Revite to 5 of 5 Enlighten, just because my account was so far behind that was like my only option.
That's hilarious.
My only option to catch up. So I'm gonna have to, I'm not gonna have to roll until I have to switch that.
The 2 reasons why you need to take a hero to level 200, and this is for anybody listening. The 2 reasons why you need to take a hero to level 200 before evolving. 1 is if they have Enlightened, then always take it to level 200 because it's worth it.
Right.
2 is if you need honor badges, take to level 200 and then sell the books. Those are the only 2 reasons. If you don't need honor badges or you don't have Enlightened, then evolve the hero as soon as you want. There's no reason to take a 200 because you get the equal amount of experience from doing the dungeons above 200 as below.
Yeah, that's good advice. And I'd say most players are stuck on HB. I mean, unless they've done that a few times, But I'd say that's the roadblock for most people. But I mean,
get 3 million honor badges from selling the books of a level 200 hero. 3 million honor badges.
Yeah.
So I mean, you do that one time, and then you're pretty much set.
12,000. Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, that was the key, is selling those books for 12,000 honor badges each, plus, or depending on what you need, or if you need them to re-level. But yeah, if you have 410 unlocked, obviously that's your source of leveling. Plus now this, Here Be Monster on a shorter refresh timer, that's just going to be pouring more in. And yeah, but yeah, Sneaky, you were saying earlier too, this is good. This is kind of in the pre-meeting that, some Brutal was on too for a while. But we were talking how it's interesting now. Time used to be what stopped you, right? Time, right?
Exactly.
The pre-sweep world of Castle Clash, where people just could not catch up to people that were playing, starting in October or earlier of 2013. Let's just say people just couldn't catch up. I mean, there was just no way. It was a roadblock. It was an honor badge roadblock, experience roadblock. Everything was a roadblock. I mean, you had to sit through Here Be Monsters. Guys, I mean, come on. We started playing where you had to sit through that all day. Your phone's on
glory days
at work in your pocket. It's like, come on. And now all of a sudden, anyone can catch up pretty quick by just spending gems and gem refreshing, obviously, the quest or the dungeon, right? So it's kind of an interesting new world. What do you guys think about that?
Just a quick other tip that I was trying to get in earlier. When you're got a hero uncapped and it's 10 stars, a good bit of advice is when you're doing any dungeons or Here Be Monsters, that hero should pretty much be the only hero on your base at that time, so it gets all that XP. That's going to help you get up to level 200 a lot quicker. sure most people know that, but
sure.
I mean,
Yeah, and clear out your garrisons too, and
Yeah,
don't
clear
forget
your
that
garrisons.
one, green in there.
yep. And
How
anytime you're
many times-
sweeping dungeons or HBM,
Oh, yeah.
just have that one hero, and it's gonna help you get it up a lot quicker.
Right. It won't seem like much, but it really is a lot. So for your question about sitting there for Here Be Monsters, the big thing for me is you got to realize that we've been playing since before Here Be Monsters even, man. I mean,
Right.
Here Be
That's true.
Monsters alone was a huge boost to letting people catch
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Huge.
Farming Jay.
Absolutely amazing. Back you got to realize back when we started playing, Rawtism, Dirty, myself, Sand 7, our biggest dungeon, I remember back when the biggest dungeon anybody was doing was sitting there on the 15 or 16 shard dungeon where you dropped
16.
Spirit Mage, Thunder God, and Druid, and you just let them clear it out.
Yep.
You guys remember that?
Yep.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I
the
remember-
hero drop. You only need
Right.
3 over and over, and you had to let them clear the whole dungeon every time.
Exactly. If you used more than 3, then they would go too fast and your guys would die.
Right.
So you had to
'Cause
only
they can't
use
work
3.
ahead of each other, and you can't clear it too fast. Oh man, that gives me
Back,
nightmares.
back then, if
So,
you were
I mean-
getting 100 shards back then, you were doing good. I mean, 100
Yeah.
shards
Yeah.
even a day. I mean, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
that was
I-
a large amount of shards back then.
I remember one of the biggest motivators for me and my guild, and the reason why White Knights is what it is today is because I had these 2 brothers join my guild the first day. So White Knights was one of the very first guilds. I literally created it right after the update. I remember being like, "Oh, this is funny. I didn't even realize there was an update. I'm gonna make a
Yeah.
guild."
Around
And,
January of 2014, I want to say.
No, it was November 16th of 2014. Or
What?
2013.
What?
2013.
Okay.
Yes. 2013.
I was gonna say that. sounds
November
better.
16th of 2013. Yeah.
Okay.
So, because White Knights is officially over 2 years old.
You know what I'm thinking in January, because that's when I created my guild, the first of the year, and we did our first boss. That's why I'm thinking that.
So, White Knights
Oh.
Guild is one of the oldest guilds in
That
the
is,
game.
yeah.
Only two of the top guilds anymore are even close to the same age. Elite being one of them. The White Knights. So White Knights is almost the oldest guild in the game at this.
Shinra was
obviously,
big back
like,
then too. I remember
Shinra,
Yep.
Katy Perry was huge in the
Yep.
very start. Zin,
Yeah,
Guild
that's
Zin
right.
has been out for a while.
Niggy and
I was in
friends.
Katy
Builds
Perry
like
for a
that.
while.
And then so that was real interesting. But I remember I had these 2 brothers, Drucifer and Xander. They joined my guild, and they are really truly the reasons why White Knights is what it is today, because they were donating, and this was unheard of. They were donating 100 shards a day. I couldn't. My mind was blown. Like, they were donating 100 shards a day, and I was like, "What is going on here? How are they doing this?" And and so they pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. So then I got up to the 15 shard dungeon, and then we eventually made it to the 37 shard dungeon, and then we started beating the bosses, and oh my goodness. But that's how it all started.
I remember
Freaking
Boss
15
1
shard
when
dungeons.
bosses first came to the game. Boss 1 was hard. It seems kind of like a
Yeah.
joke
Yeah.
now, but back then you didn't
remember
have a
that
lot of
too.
choices on heroes, so your best bet was to have like a paladin with Revite, so you could get
Yeah,
his
and,
proc
a
up and
tank.
tank the
And
boss.
he would just
And
you do
perma-stunning
15
was not a
second
thing.
cycles.
Yeah,
No, definitely
perma-stunning
not.
was not a thing. You couldn't perma-stun. Nobody knew about the Pumpkin Duke Champ combo yet.
Yep, you just had to tank the boss with brute
and
force,
we,
if you want to call it.
I truly remember many, many, many days of beating the boss with only 20 seconds of the 30 seconds left.
Yep.
Or the 30 minutes. 20 seconds of the 30-minute timer left. We beat
Yeah,
the
you
boss,
used to drop
you
in
know?
your whole team, hit it 3 times, exit.
Yep.
Drop your whole team,
Yeah,
hit it 3
yeah.
times,
Drop,
exit.
drop,
boom,
hit
boom,
it,
boom.
exit.
The
Over and
old
over
hit
again
and
for
run.
30 minutes. For 30 minutes
And
straight.
this was when your people died, they were dead. You had to revive
Yeah.
them with gems. I mean, that's not even a thing anymore.
I could easily guess I've spent over $200 on gems from reviving heroes for boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm with ya.
easily.
Just to get it done. I mean, not necessarily every time, but just to like that one time you coordinate your whole guild to like Come on, guys. All you could spend even 150 gems and whatever, and come up with
You'd
a
lose
technique
that one
would work.
hero and get pissed, or you'd be out of
Yeah,
gems. So you do a tap away real quick to get the gems
Yeah.
to revive your hero to keep
Put in
going
all
to
your
boss.
revites, even if it's like even if it's like I don't know, Dryad. Just put them all in if they have revite on them. If you want to get that one proc.
The hope succubus procs just to get some damage.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
back
forgot
in the
about
day.
Succubus. She used to be key to the boss one too.
Yeah, she used to be the shit. I would. My goal was Pumpkin Duke champion succubus. Pray to God, because my succubus was heavy blow. So pray to God the heavy blow would hit to get like my champion to be able to hit, and then I would last about 5 seconds in total on the boss because he would be stunned for the first 4.
Yeah, my key was a heavy blow Dryad. I called her the dirty Dryad.
I remember
She
that.
was dirty.
Yeah.
I think you made
She wasn't
videos
even
on
like a
that,
heavy
too.
blow 5. She was like a heavy blow 3 or something. But she got off once, and then even if she got one stun or something, I might be able to get that champion going at least a cycle or 2, and then it'd be happy times. Wow, we're reminiscing here. Wow, people don't know the game like that. I mean, wow, we probably all have some old footage too from an old YouTube video that people would see and be like, this isn't the same game. It even looks, they redid the whole UI. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was so upset when they did it.
Yeah,
Honestly,
same.
I still to this day think that they need to put the towers back to the old version.
The
I
old
agree
blue
on
ones.
that one.
Those were awesome.
Yeah, the old
The
blue
blue and
towers.
black.
I love the old blue ones. Yeah, the black. Is the black one still level 9 though, I want to say. But all right, well, our video's getting pretty long here. We should probably wrap it up here. Final thoughts, and then we'll see if this becomes a thing and see what folks say. And you guys can all help us come up with a cooler name than what we're calling ourselves too. So we're gonna leave that one as homework for our subscribers. And anyone here that's participating in the conversation here in terms of the folks right now on, we will we'll put links to everyone's other channels here in the video description and have at it. So final thoughts.
I personally think we need to name this Late Night in Bed with Dirty Hurshh and Raw.
Don't forget Sneaky. He's like always around the
Sneaky's
twilight.
being too
He's
sneaky.
not talking. Where's
He's
Sneaky?
too
He's
sneaky.
literally in bed.
He's like a little. He's a
just
ninja.
lurking.
He fell asleep. I know it.
Sneaky, were you around back in the days of Succubus?
Oh, I just remember the boss fights and me calling up my friend, text him like, get in the boss. It was just me and him. We had level 20 heroes. And I'm like, come on, we gotta beat him. Come on, don't give up. We weren't even close.
All right,
Those were the
for
days.
final thoughts, I just want to know what do you guys think was your favorite change in the game since you started playing? If you could pick one thing that they changed in the game, could be anything. What do you think was either added the most fun to the game, or was the best idea that they've had?
This is the easiest answer ever, and it is guilds. They're adding guilds made the game. I would not be playing today if it wasn't for my guild. I would not be playing today if it was not for my guild. I will give you that.
And if you notice lately, they're trying to make guilds even more of a thing, like more unity within your guild and working together and everything like
As
that.
it should be. As it should be.
What about you, Distaggio? What do you think? What's your favorite thing since the beginning of time?
I think Team Dungeons really changed the game. I know it's pretty easy. You can do them with, public random groups now, but I think getting through those first ones and just grinding through them all, I thought that was pretty fun. I mean, that at least added an element of cooperative play. Since I don't want to repeat answers, I do think guilds gotta say that that's probably number one, but I think that cooperative play, so just the same reason why we're doing this cooperative video for the same thing. It just makes the game more fun when other people with like minds, or even if they're different minds, are talking about it and at least, trying to, change talents as a team. Like, you pull in, I remember it was back like, you pull in, I'll pull in Pixie. So I have this, oddly highly leveled Pixie at the time, because no one was really leveling Pixie, but we needed that, debuff, and we needed that long range healing due to some strats. So I just thought it created an interesting sort of, environment of cooperation.
Yeah, that's a great answer also. And also, when they first came out, the rewards were unheard of at that time. The shards that you get.
That's very true.
The merits and everything.
Right. Yeah, back when merits weren't as valuable as they are now, with the artifacts. So
If I had to choose, I would, both your guys' answers, of course, and then if I had to pick a different one, I'd probably have to go with being able to choose what hero gets the talent that you roll.
Oh
Because
yeah.
back in the
People
day,
always ask me in current videos, they're like, "Why do you have that on your Reaper or whatever?" It's like, dude, you don't understand. I rolled that like when you couldn't change it.
Yeah.
I think that changed a lot because people wouldn't have the talents they have now. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'd love to be able to have a
if I
one-time
could get all my
swap.
gems back and restart, you have no idea.
And that for IGG, I mean, think about how much money they lost just by adding that in, pretty much. I mean, you always say how they're, they make changes.
That's true. That's a good point.
And it's all about the money, but if you look at it, they do make changes that counteract that.
That's a good point. Sure. I mean, even that quest came out with the free gem refresh, essentially, where you got a 300 gem reward for changing a talent. Think about that. I mean, for free players, that is the best quest ever because you spend them, you get them right back. I mean, this, now it's different, but
I've gotten two of my. I think I have something like 10 5/5 revites, and 2 of those came from that free quest roll.
Yep, I got a 5/5 revite from that once also.
All right, Sneaky, final thoughts since you've been playing. Best change for you.
Saving for the best for last year? I'm good.
Saving the best for last.
Always, buddy.
Saving the sneakiest for the sneakiest and a moment.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I definitely agree with the guilds, but I kind of took that for granted after Clash of Clans because I myself came from Clash of Clans, so I kind of took it for granted that there's going to be guilds, you're going to have teammates. But besides the guild thing, I'm going to go with Here Be Monsters just because the concept at first just blew my mind. Like, I remember looking up on YouTube, I think it was Larry93, he first did the Death Box, and that just revolutionized everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And it just, I don't know, the atmosphere of Castle Clash totally changed for me. And yeah, I mean, I still love it to this day. I mean, I don't know about the sweep. I guess the sweeping's alright. But it's not really farming anymore. I don't know.
That's a good answer. Back when Here Be Monsters first came out,
I agree.
You have to keep in mind the only other thing to really do in the game besides raiding and arena was dungeons.
Right.
So when Here Be Monsters came out, that was a big, another thing you could do daily in Castle Clash that kept it interesting. So,
I just thought it was interesting too, having all these heroes come and attack your base is cool concept to me, coming from Clash of Clans, that is, because you could only raid in Clash of Clans, right?
So it's sort of like a passive game mode. Yeah, that really was kind of a new thing for Clash games. I mean, being in a passive game mode, I mean, you're normally in an active game mode, so that is a good answer. That's a good one. All right, well, that's our first installment. I don't know. Some folks will be dividing out this audio, might want to split it up in multi-parts, so to each their own, and I would normally say, as always, keep it dirty and dirty up, but that might not be appropriate given the collaborative nature. I might have to say something like dirty, let's go get raw and do some dirty.
Should we go down the list and we'll all do our exit?
In bed with Sneaky.
Edit in your
sneaky, dirty things.
Stay raw, baby.
With Hurshh.
Hurshh out.
Hurshh out.
Bye. I'm out, guys. Bye.
Yeah.